focus a little bit more on the Achilles lock. I'm going to briefly touch on the heel hook from this position because when the rule set makes for it, so if you're in a Naga or a Grappler's Quest or a tournament where they'll allow you to work heel hooks or a mixed martial arts fight, this is by far the most prominent leg lock in this position. This is like Coach Tim's or your second submission. This Coach Tim's like second submission mixed martial arts was the 50-50 heel hook, right? Super, super prominent, very, very evident from here. It's not the only submission, but it's the one I'm going to touch on first. So Tim's got me in the heel hook. All right, yeah, he's here. He's got his hand on it. Now, this is obviously a huge threat. So I've got a number of options in terms of how I can get out. Preferably, I can pin this knee and get my knee past. And again, from here, we have a slew of options. Lift. And I can turn and face them, maintain top. I can decide to back step and go top and try to take down as eye control. Or, here again, I come through, I drive my knee through. I can pick up this bottom foot almost to the level of my hip, and I'm going to kick my right leg straight as I cut my hips underneath. Here I am. And automatically his toes have popped underneath my armpit. Or his toes are underneath my armpit because I've pulled them underneath my armpit. I've guided them directly into that position. I've looked underneath. Oh, I notice my knee is under his knee. I didn't lay it here. It's going to be really, really hard to finish. You need adequate control, so I want my hip pretty close to his hip. I want a good bite here. The way I'm going to finish this inside heel hook, right, if I'm on my right hip, so if I'm on my hip that's on the inside, my inside hip in this case, what I do, or what I allow Tim to do if he so chooses, is put weight on his leg. So if he sits forward and turns his knees out that way, well, actually, get back in your arms. Get that foot flat on the mat. Yeah, if he gets here, this can make things difficult for me. Now, there's a million ways to set it up and turn it into a sweep and do other things. But the ideal is that Tim's back, so I put him back as back. When I get into this, I'd like to kind of be a little bit on my left hip or flat here. Because if I tilt too much far over, even if he keeps his foot on the ground, he can get this one flat. And now, yeah, I can fight for it. I prefer to have it here where it's exposed. So his heel is off the ground. So we land here. So again, get in heel hook, get this knee through, and pull through back. And look, it's off the ground where it needs to be. Toes tucked. So here, I hold it in right into the pocket. Now, what I'm going to do from here is, if I can, I'm going to take my left hand, grab his heel. I'm going to peel his heel up and into my armpit. So I don't just get a grip, like however it is, and just start ripping. We always talk about initial snugness, and that applies to chokes, foot locks, everything. So I focus on initial snugness. I would like to be able to tap Coach Tim here with just the tension wound into the position. No big body movements, no big muscle groups, no meat-headedness, just pure, really, really sharp snug technique. So here, I wind that heel up into my armpit. Notice I'm winding. I'm trying to peel his heel up towards my sternum. Peeling. Once I do that, I lock this hand in place. And I bring my chest to it. So I bring it to my chest, so I bring my chest to it. Is that your bad deal?
Yeah.
What is it? It's over here. Alright, I lift it to my chest, and I bring my chest to it. As I do that, this hand is going to come underneath his heel. This hand's coming underneath his heel, and I lock palm to palm. I use this little spot on my wrist, right, which is like my anatomical heel hooker. So here, I pull this up. I pull it to my chest. I bring my chest to it. I lock it nice and close. Look at how tight my head is to this leg. Now, my legs are biting, not just like this, guys, but I'm also kicking forward with my left and lifting up with my right. This makes it very hard for Tim to roll, right? The primary way he's going to get out of this leg lock, if I put rotational pressure this way, he's going to roll this way, right? Is it possible to finish while he's rolling? No. Is it likely? Probably not, though, and I don't want to blow the position. So as I'm here, I do this. I drive down with my left, lift up with my right. Now roll. Cements his hip to the mat because it puts tension up on the knee and down on the hip. Makes that hip very, very heavy without me really needing to use that much strength. I pull this in. I clamp this tight. Now, when I get into this position, I'll rotate with my entire body. So I'm going to extend this way. Position, all right? I don't want to be here and just have my legs kind of loose, my arms kind of in good position. Just try turning because it's probably not going to get me anywhere. Legs with this kind of scissoring motion, ankles still crossed, peeling, and then my chest comes to it. Yep. And I get my submission. All right, guys. So let's focus on that one. Nice and easy with a partner. Okay, and we're going to get into the Achilles lock after this.